I'm sure we've all heard of the if-let syntax in Swift, but why not if-var? My name is Ricky and welcome to the Dev Method. All right, today let's talk about a small little silly problem that I had in my application that I'm developing and show you how I fixed it. So there's this thing called if-let, which unwraps some sort of optional so that you have a guaranteed value. And then within that block, then you can then do something with that value, and then you can assume that it's not nil. All right, if you look with me on line 194 here, this is where I have the if-let syntax. So I have this variable called 8020calc, okay? And this is essentially what that looks like. So this could be an optional. So see, it's got the question mark there. So that means it's optional. And we don't know if it's there, so this if-let unwraps that. So it's just safely checking at runtime to see, okay, if this value is there, then we could do something to it. Now, here's the thing with the if-let and why it doesn't necessarily work in this condition. I'm doing the shorthand version here. So we had this condition here, if-let. Now we have a bunch of errors. So what are those errors saying? Well, essentially what they're saying is that this is immutable. It says cannot assign property to 8020calc is a let constant. So what does that mean? That essentially says that this particular object, we cannot assign new values to its properties. And that's essentially what line 195 is actually doing here. And then we're doing it actually for all the different properties all the way up to 199. So for a moment, let's just take a look at this different file. This is a protocol. And so there's many implementations of this particular protocol. And this is not a video about protocols and how to architect your app or whatever, but this is just what I ran into. So this is a var get and set. So if I look at my implementations, I could use a let or I could use a var. Here's one of those implementations. So this is a model from Swift data here. And essentially what we're saying is we will implement that protocol. And this is going to be that model. And these are its properties. And essentially with models, this is something that we need to do. It needs to be shaped in this particular way for syncing with iCloud and also being part of a model class here. So now if we take a look at this other object here, this is actually a struct and not a class, but it still follows the conformance for that protocol. And so we are doing a var because we'll be able to get and set it. So now taking a look at this, so this is an if-let syntax, right? And this is something that you might be used to doing. So because it's a let constant, we can't reassign anything to it, but watch this. It's very, very simple. You can actually take this out and just put in a var. So now it can be a mutable object instead of an immutable object. So you have access to overwrite these values here. And essentially at the end, what we're doing is we're overwriting the values and then saying save. That way those values then get pushed up to the iCloud and onto the other devices that the user has. So yeah, moral of the story, if you run into something weird like this, or if you haven't even thought about doing something like this, it's perfectly valid to do a if-var syntax instead of if-let, but it really just does the same thing. But now you just have a var. You don't have to necessarily copy it. One thing you might think of doing is you could say var copy, and then from there you could say copy dot something. You might think to do that, but this is definitely a shorter way of doing that is with the var. So if you guys like what you saw here today, go ahead and give a thumbs up and go ahead and put a comment down below if you guys have any questions about this and if you want to see more. Otherwise, have a good one.